Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Game Week 37 preview show. I'm your host Chris and Kieran is here with me as always. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I feel like the season's coming to the FPL season's coming to a bit of an anticlimactic end, I feel like.
Well, especially for us without triple captain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Or like any chips active, this game week's been particularly tough for that. Like the title race, don't get me wrong, title race is still exciting and the relegation is still exciting from a football point of view, but I don't know. I feel like FPL picks are like sort of drying up for the last 2 game weeks.
Yeah. You said to let's look at picks of the past two, and I was struggling
Yeah,
for the last two, and I've been struggling to
it's
come up with
really
anyone.
difficult.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk more about that during the course of the show. But should we start with our review from last game week?
Yeah. Am I going first?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Obviously, the City players still to come. Didn't realize. I think FPL tweeted that. The most triple captain chips of the season was active on Haaland, and I had no idea that there were so many left. So that was disappointing. But I'm on this 1 point green arrow at the moment at
Nice.
1.1 million, which is hilarious. And like before that City game, it was looking like I was into the 900, nearly 800k area,
Really? Wow.
and
Okay.
it was looking really good with the double Bournemouth returns,
Yeah.
the returns from Van Heck and Gross, and then obviously that City game came in, and the triple captains destroyed me a bit. But I did Palmer to Saka in the end, bench Tavernier and João Pedro, bench Tavernier in favor of Hill, which obviously worked out. Bench João Pedro as well. Started Welbeck, obviously against Wolves, but so it's been pretty good. I would love Semenyo to actually do something. That would be nice. Cherky going off 460 was very welcome this week. Just see what the rest of the week brings. But I mean, if Haaland gets anything more than another return, it's probably going to be a red arrow, unfortunately. But yeah.
It's a shame. Like all the choice we had at game week 32, whether it was going to be Semenyo or shit, like Cherky for our team, it's Doku just like keeps returning, and he's just like playing so well. And I feel like his ownership is still so
I did
low.
mention him, he's been on form, and people should look at that way. But if you did go there, then congrats, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely for sure. Well, I think I had quite a similar game week. I think so. I made two transfers. I sold Petrovic for Raya, and I sold Palmer for Saka. And I was unsure what to do with my last move, like who to start out of Pedro, Tavernier, or Hill. I went for João Pedro just so I had a player in that first fixture. But it wasn't to be. But yeah, 71 points it wasn't bad. But like you say, it was going okay until the Man City game and the Haaland triple captain came in. So yeah, I'm on a slight red arrow, which is a bit disappointing. And like I said at the top of the show, I feel like to swing this back the other way for the last 2 game weeks, it's really hard to pick both like differentials and also players I feel like you could actually trust to start the final two.
Yeah.
Or should we have maybe the best way to tackle it is I could bring up the fixtures for game week 37, and perhaps we could just talk about some of the best players, like who we're thinking of targeting. But it's difficult.
Yeah. So the strength of fixture, or the easiest fixtures left, Wolves are at the top at the moment, according to Hub. Fulham home, Burnley away, obviously good fixtures, but who do you go for on Wolves? No one really. So, and then second to Arsenal, Fulham third. Fulham, I don't think everyone's really interested in their assets right now. They don't have much to play for. And
Harry Wilson keeps getting subbed early, so it's not even like you can go there for Wolves this week.
Then after that is like 3 more teams that kind of you just don't. There's not really any picks from, particularly like Newcastle, like West Ham home, Fulham away. West Ham
Maybe
game's probably
Bruno.
going to be pretty tough. Bruno could be okay, but Fulham away on the last day, bit of a dead rubber. Is much going to happen there? Not sure. Then you got Chelsea at Tottenham home and Sunderland away is okay, I guess, but on paper, 2 tough fixtures, I suppose. And then Everton after that, Sunderland home, Tottenham away, which is okay, but then Sunderland have been all right. Like Tottenham, that last game could be really interesting in terms of like Spurs probably need to get a result, which could leave them vulnerable at the back. Then after that, it's just all the teams that we kind of already own. that like have okay-ish fixtures, I suppose. But there's those like top 6, 7, like they're apart from Arsenal, like the teams that you just like don't really care about, don't
Yeah.
really want because the fixtures are just like meh. Well, not meh, but like the motivations are meh.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, it's been hard to pick out ones this week. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think you're right, and Arsenal particularly, like most people I'd say are already double or tripled up
Yeah.
on them. So maybe we could start there in a minute and like talk about the best picks. But yeah, you're right. There's reason not to go with any of those players. Like Fulham seem beached; haven't got much to play for. Yeah, I was trying to look at it from a point of view of like which teams have actually got like a little bit of motivation. So if I like go down the list, Arsenal obviously speaks for itself. Everton have still got a chance at Champions League, and so you could.
Champions League. You
Oh,
sure?
sorry, not Champions League,
I was
Europe.
gonna say.
So
Mm.
they've got like 2 games. Sunderland at home, which I think is not bad because Sunderland have dropped off a bit, and Tottenham away, obviously, are Tottenham at the minute. Chelsea is really tough because a lot of us own Pedro still, but Tottenham is like just after the FA Cup game, and then the last game Sunderland away will be difficult. And also, like he's probably quite a key player for the Brazil squad. Like if they've got nothing to play for in the league by game week 38, is he really going to start that game? I feel like he could be rested for the lap in that one. Man United already rested like 5 players this past weekend away against Sunderland.
Mm.
Tottenham, I don't really see like many picks there in attack, even though like they've still got something to fight for.
Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford are the 3
Yeah, I'd agree.
you are like interesting, where
Mm,
as well as Everton, I guess, that are like on the cusp
yeah,
of Europe.
but, but none of
Maybe
those.
Chelsea, but not really.
Yeah, but even then, all of their fixtures are tough. Like Bournemouth have got obviously City at home, and then Forest away, who have been in good form, but
Yeah.
arguably little to play with. Brentford have got this really, let's say a nice home game against Palace, who are going to be thinking about Europa League final, but then they go
Mhm.
away to Liverpool on the final day, which they've not performed well at any of like the big clubs away from home this season. So
Yeah.
as much as it'd be nice to own Thiago for that Crystal Palace game, I don't know if I could see a lot of returns in Liverpool away one. And then Brighton, I feel like Welbeck's been underwhelming since we've owned him. Gross is like getting by on the odd assist. Leeds away is tough because they've been,
Sherwood's been the guy, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Leeds away have been tough because I think that XGC has been like one of the best in the league in the last 4 or 5 games. And then Man United at home, which might be the easier game because United will be really beached by them. But I think it's really tough to choose picks.
Yeah, the swing potential, like you said, for me, who wants to try and get at least somewhere, there's almost nothing.
Mm,
So yeah, Thiago was one of my picks I was looking at. 7.3 million, 32% owned. Like he's had 3 returns in the last 6 weeks. Obviously, they're a team that is fighting for Europe. Like, and then obviously the Palace game, they're like 1 week closer to like the Conference League final. They're now assured of safety in the Premier League. So like the last game they played, they did put out a pretty much full team
strong
squad,
team, didn't they?
whereas
Yeah.
like there's probably no reason to do that from now on with the conference final coming up. Like, why risk your players? Like, there is no point that, I mean, yeah, they'll probably play some minutes just for like fluidity and be match fit, but like they're not going to play all of them anywhere near. So yeah, this Palace team could be nicely rotated for this Thiago game. Thiago, like he's obviously, I mean, he's not near the golden boot. He's like 4 goals behind Haaland, but a hat trick against Palace. Like the stranger things have happened
Yeah.
with Thiago, so that could happen. And then Liverpool away, like I don't mind it. Like Liverpool's defense has not been great, but then it's like Robertson's last game, someone else's last game as well. I can't remember who is it?
Oh
Salah's
yeah.
last game if he's back fit anyway. So yeah, tough, I suppose, last fixture, but like quite like it in the terms of like he's on penalties and will
Gonna play
definitely
90
play.
minutes. Yeah.
This week is obviously a good fixture too. So yeah, maybe from Welbeck seems interesting, but or maybe from João
João
Pedro even.
Pedro.
But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not Welbeck because yeah, their motivation's still there. But yeah, I'm tempted by that one for sure.
Yeah, I like the Thiago pick. I think that my front line is definitely been the weakest part. Like Welbeck and João Pedro on the game week 32 wildcard have been pretty underwhelming. I think Pedro scored like 1 goal, and
Yeah,
Welbeck's got
yeah,
is it 1 goal, 1 assist. So yeah,
yeah.
in the weeks that I've owned them, it's not been that great, and I do feel like one of those is definitely on the like going to go this week, and it'll probably be more likely Pedro. Just like I mentioned, I kind of feel like it's after the FA Cup final. What's their motivation in the league going to be
Mm.
at by then? He could easily be
Yep.
rested for the
Good
World
point,
Cup
yeah.
squad. So Welbeck, even though his early subs are really, infuriating, I think you kind of expect it because of his age, and that's just been happening all season. But Brighton do have, like you say, Europe to fight for, so they need to win their last 2 games. So I'd probably hold on to Welbeck rather than Pedro. And yeah, Thiago for me looks like the only striker, maybe along with Bowen, I'd consider buying the last 2. Problem is with Bowen is he just doesn't. He's just not involved in like scoring as much. He's definitely more of a creator. Like I was having a look at his numbers. He's had like 3 shots in the box in the last 6 game weeks, and
What's their fixtures? West Ham.
Newcastle away, and which isn't bad given how they've been playing, and then Leeds at home. So 2 games they have to win, because I don't
Yeah,
think a
interesting.
draw and a win is good enough. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Bowen's not a bad shout, but I just don't know if he's gonna do a mega haul in either of those games.
He was pretty good when we all picked him towards, was it double 32? I think.
Yeah.
I think he got like 10-ish points, like, and got
Oh yeah,
double.
in the free hit week.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. I hadn't really considered him, but yeah, I quite like that. To be fair.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
I'll see if I
Interesting.
can find out how many. I just remember looking at his stats earlier. I was just thinking, blimey, it's it's bad. Where is this? Game week 33 to 36. He's just like outside the top 20 for shots in the box of all forwards. There he is. He's had 2 shots in the box between 32 and 36. 3 big chances created, 16 points. I don't know. But, he is the talisman. He's on penalties. He's going to play 90 minutes in both of the games. That's nil. And they need to win them. So it's not, they maybe like release the handbrake a little bit to try and get the goals. So yeah, Bowen's maybe not a bad option, and maybe similar to Thiago. I just think for Thiago, he's playing in a better team against Crystal Palace at home, who have definitely like got motivation elsewhere, and he's been a reliable goal scorer. So I think that his ceiling is a lot higher than Bowen's.
Yep. There's 2 other forwards I'm going to mention. I'm not convinced on either of them, but yeah, big time punt territory. Asula at Newcastle,
Oh
like
yeah.
not convinced like at all, to be honest. But like the numbers have been pretty decent. Like 5.4 million is cheap and 0.9%, so like proper differential. Yeah. So last 6 weeks of all players, 7 big chances is third of all players. XG at 2.76 is sixth of all players. So the 4th best in terms of easiest fixtures left, West Ham United at home, and then Fulham away. And like he's starting, but he is getting early subs, so there's that to contend with, and he's obviously 7 big chances is obviously good, but like he's had I think maybe like 1 goal or something like that, so like that's not great in this in its sense either. So like, is he an option? I mean, probably not. Maybe he will be next year if he actually continues to be like the starting striker for Newcastle, but I just don't think he's good enough, to be honest. So, yeah, there's that. And then there's Beto at Everton. We've mentioned Everton a little bit. 3% owned, 5 million. So, again, cheap. No player in the game scored more goals than him in the last 6 weeks with 5. 6 big chances versus 1 less than Asula, and Asula was the 3rd, so it's pretty good. 13 shots, XG 2.13, which is only a bit behind Asula, and then 6 key passes. And then obviously the fixtures and the form is a little bit better in terms of the player and then the team, I think, or something to fight for. Sunderland, Tottenham left to play. So yeah, I think Tottenham on the last game could be vulnerable at the back, especially if they need to be scoring. So yeah, Beto could be all right. He's another one like Asula, just like gets subbed early for Barry, like basically every game. So yeah, unfortunate. Whereas Thiago at 7.3, also more expensive, but it's going to play 90. Where same as Bowen, I suppose. But yeah, another like differential that could do something nice on the last 2. So yeah, up to you.
Are you considering as well, when you mention like the differentials? We've talked about Pedro and his ownership is high, so removing him and taking a bet, or taking a chance on a lower owned player could work out really well. Obviously, could backfire as well. Do you feel like there's any? I mean, I've been looking at my midfield line of Semenyo, who's like so highly owned, not been returning for a long time. I've got, I mean, I hate to say it, but I've got Bruno there, who, apart from the assist record and Man United changing, really have got not much to play for. Was looking at my team thinking, can I sell some of or can I risk selling some of these higher owned players and replace them with lower owned ones to try and make the make the jump essentially? Can I bet reliably on those guys or those kind of guys? Let's say those three particular: Pedro, Semenyo, and Bruno, blanking or not doing that well in the last few weeks, and replace them with players that have actually got things to play for. So, an Everton mid could be Ndai, could be Dewsbury Hall, could be
Yeah,
Dango from Brentford.
yeah,
I don't know. I look at
yeah.
my team and I just think it feels really similar to lots of people around me at the moment. And if I'm going to make like a big jump at the end, if one way or the other, is it worth taking a bigger risk by taking out some of
It's
those
probably
players?
Semenyo out of those, I think.
What did you say then? Sorry,
It's probably Semenyo out
Semenyo.
of those, like, because he's just not been good, and like Bournemouth away, Aston Villa home is not not easy. Bournemouth away is gonna be really tough.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're still in
they still got to
the
win.
the Premier League race for the title, and then Aston Villa at home is tough as well. Last game week, but that probably will be absolute dead rubber. Although Villa
Will
will be
prepping for
rotated
Europe.
for the Europa League final, so yeah, there's a lack of really good options in midfield to even go to anyway. As well as, like Zoboslai, I think is okay at
Yeah,
Liverpool. Dewsbury Hall, like you said, is interesting, and then yeah, there's not much else. There
no.
really isn't. I can't think of anyone that's like maybe Gordon if he was still starting to be playing with the fixtures, but like he's not. So
Bruno G
actually,
might be good because he was on penalties, but he's only just come back from injury. He might want to be rested for the Brazil national squad.
yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, it's not looking good for me in terms like it's not. It's like who the hell am I choosing to get some kind of swing to get me into the millions is or under the million is almost impossible at this point.
Who are you? Well, how many transfers have you got on that? Who are you?
I've only got one again, so I'm
Oh,
possibly looking at the João Pedro to someone.
well, you've only got two Arsenal. What do you think about Gyökeres? Like he's on the screen at the moment in terms of like points in the last one. Could he be like a
mm,
good captaincy option this game week?
God, yeah, Burnley.
I'm really not sure about. I mean, this is more of a captaincy chat, but I'm really not sure about captaining Saka this week. Like he seems like the overwhelming. Oh yeah, Saka, but that's like I feel like he's going to get about 60 or 70 minutes again against
I
Burnley.
haven't really looked at captaincy at all yet, so
And to be
God,
fair,
I mean,
Gyökeres isn't going to get much higher.
yeah,
That's
is
more.
Gyökeres playing 90s?
He played 90 against West Ham. Yeah.
How many trans? He's not had many returns lately, is he, in the Premier League?
Apart from the game before last, he returned like a goal and assist against Fulham,
Oh yes, of course, yeah, with Saka.
and that was at home.
Yeah, it's punty territory for
Yeah.
sure. And it's yeah, the attack has
Or two goals
more
and assist.
differential points rather than
Mm,
doubling on defense. And I can't even afford Riot from Petrovic anyway, so I'd have to do two moves to be able to do
oh,
something like that.
right. So
And
you
I just
probably
how
couldn't
much even
afford
is
Pedro.
Gyökeres?
Yeah, he's quite expensive.
He is 9 million.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
he's so
So I'm
expensive.
a million short, so I can't even do that anyway.
What do you think about the best Arsenal like assets? So I've ended up on double defense, which I'm fine with now, but like at the 95th minute when there was a notification that West Ham had scored, I was like, oh, screw this. But
Yeah.
I still think they're not going to change their tact for the last few games. They're going to be happy to grind out results, maybe even against Burnley and then Palace. Like I can't imagine. I just can't see them taking the handbrake off and trying to score 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
maybe
think
that'll just happen
Burnley
against
still
Burnley.
sort of have some threat. They still scored 2 against Villa and stuff. Like they're not like atrocious
True.
that they can't score in any given game. So yeah, I do think the double up in defense is better just for like because they probably will just go for the clean sheets. But the potential for points is there in the attack with maybe Rice is okay. Yeah, don't know.
I'm just having.
Really.
I've been having a look at like what trying to. Like, so talking about. I've got the Arsenal players up on screen and how well they performed game weeks 32 to 36. Gabriel still leads the way, 29 points in that time. Gyökeres 25. I'm a little bit tempted this game week as well to captain Gabriel. I have to say, like I know, like you mentioned, Burnley could get chances, but I feel like I mean, if I look at like the shots in the box over that time period, Gabriel's had 8.
It's been good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Gyökeres,
Yeah,
I mean, has had 11, and 7 of those are big chances. But, he picks up bonus when they keep a clean sheet, and I expect they probably would against Burnley. I don't know, I just feel like he's definitely going to play 90. I expect it's unlikely he gets DEFCON, but it seems like a bigger haul potential game than Saka. Like, I know Saka got those good, like, 2 returns in back-to-back games. I just don't know if I
yeah,
trust him to
yeah. Same.
play 70 to 80 minutes or even return in that
Is
time.
there even a chance that they slightly rotate? They've got Havertz, they've got Odegaard
Maybe.
to play, like they've got Martinelli could play instead of Trossard, like
Trossard.
Jesus is fit, I think, isn't he? Or yeah, Trossard
Trossard.
could be an interesting. Like he's been good form, right?
Mm.
Well, not good form, but like
2
been
goals
clutch.
in 2
So
games, I think he's
yeah,
got.
he played. He scored in. Did he score against PSG? No, what am I
Uh,
talking about? PSG. Atletico.
I think he did. I think he's also played back to back. Yeah, I
Mm,
think he scored against Fulham in the league, and then he scored against West Ham. So, and he played 90 in
yeah,
both minutes, both
yeah,
matches. So,
yeah. So yeah, interesting punt as well.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you could probably get to him easier than from one of your midfielders.
Yeah. Well, he'll probably have to be Semenyo out, fortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
Like I
doesn't-
say, which I don't think seems too bad. Like
yeah,
move away from a highly owned player for a low one to try and catch some of the differential points.
yeah.
And then on the other side of things, I think choosing like def- defenders for the last 2 game weeks seems really difficult as well because of how unpredictable everything is. Like I've sorted by clean sheet potential now, and Arsenal obviously come out on top. Wolves are up there. You're not going to go to Newcastle. You're up there. You're not going to Everton. Are maybe interesting. Like
Mm,
Keane or Tarkovsky could be good because Sunderland could looks like a clean sheet because I think
pretty much
Sunderland,
beach. Yeah,
yeah, they're fully beached, and Tottenham is maybe a DEFCON game rather than a
yeah.
clean sheet game. So yeah, Keane or Tarkovsky could be good, but yeah, other than that, I really just don't know where you'd spend and if you'd really spend a transfer on a defender. I don't really see many like hitting a huge mega score in any of the last 2 game weeks if they're not like an Arsenal defender.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that will probably really help us are the ones with like goal threat, like Tarkovsky scored last week,
Mm,
um, and he obviously has fixtures as well. So Defcon plus a bit of goal threat,
yeah.
like that could work. Yeah, like I've got a Hill in my team who has been playing, where and he could be someone I could move on. Who's obviously the Bournemouth fixed last 2 fixtures are not good, but then he is all
Mm.
right for Defcon if I need to play him. So um, yeah, who else is even there? There's like Van Dyke, maybe last day of the season, interesting. Uh, Not much
Yeah,
else
I
is
know
there.
it's really tough. Like Porro has
I
been.
mean, Porro, yeah, I was going to mention Porro is interesting-ish.
Yeah, I just don't look at either of those 2 games for Spurs and think they're clean sheet games. Like away against Chelsea, they'll be wanting to send them closer to being relegated, and Everton, who have still got, should still have motivation by then to do well, and they've been quite good away from home recently. They scored obviously 2 goals against Palace. They obviously scored 3 against Man City. They're like in good form from an attacking point of view. I think probably for me, like this game week, the teams I'm looking at the most, and probably for the last 2 of the season, are Everton and then Brentford.
Mm.
I think. And Everton, I like I say, I like Dewsbury Hall, Endai a little bit because of penalties, and then Tarkovsky and Keane because of Defcon, and then Brentford because of Thiago. But yeah, I think it's really tough to go outside any of those options at the minute.
I also don't think selling Pedro before Tottenham at home is even that great. Like, that's a good
Mm,
fixture, right?
yeah, I suppose
Like,
it's a good
they
fixture.
would like to like be the team that sends Spurs
Puts
almost
down.
down. That would be nice for them, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Like, so yeah. See, I was like, obviously the Crystal Palace fixture for Brentford is like so good that you just want
Mm,
to do it this week, but then also the fixture for Pedro is not bad either.
yeah, it's just I feel like I've lost a lot of trust in Chelsea, and especially after because I think the deadline's on the Friday or this Friday for
Mm.
the FA Cup final, which I hate the fact the FA Cup final's in the middle of the season, or not in the middle, but like in the middle of a game week. The FA Cup final's on Saturday, and then Chelsea play Tottenham on the Tuesday or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
short
okay.
turnaround after the FA Cup final. Like if they win it and they're celebrating, great, and if they lose it and they're still not close for any type of Europe, like
Yeah,
what are they doing the
yeah,
last 2?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think I'd rather pick Thiago or Welbeck ahead of him just because X motivation, or maybe
yeah,
even Beto.
agree. Yeah, and then on just on Semenyo as
Yeah.
well, if I was looking to sell him, like, Bournemouth, obviously, old club. Is that a factor? Like, it wasn't really like a sour ending that they did. So, like, I don't know. Is he going to go there to try and score loads? Like, probably not, right?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I think it's just a hard game in general for Man
Yeah.
City, that one. Pep said it as well in his, I think he had a press conference today because that game for them is after the FA Cup final as well. That game's like on Tuesday, Wednesday. And he said something like, there's no way I can play these 3 games, so Palace, then Chelsea, then Brentford. Sorry, then Bournemouth, without
Mhm.
rotating. So,
Yeah.
Semenyo's been pretty good for starts. I think the only game he like mysteriously missed out on was the FA Cup semi-final. So, yeah, so just back to your original point, like I feel like holding him is fine. Selling him, it could be okay. And I just, yeah, old old club factor maybe, but I think Bournemouth are in good form. If you look at it from that point of view, like it's hard
Like,
to make
that's
the
a really
case for
tough
it.
game for them as well. That
Yeah,
they need to win. Like, really tough game
yeah.
away as well. Like
After
Bournemouth,
the
yeah,
short
tough.
turnaround time, so I mean that it could be a case where if City drop points in, well, they've got 2 games now. The tough ones are Palace and Bournemouth. Could be a case if they drop any points that Arsenal could be playing Burnley, knowing that a win could win them the league. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. Unless you've got any more thoughts on notes on players, should we do our team selections?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Do you want to go first again?
Yeah, I'm between Petrovic and Darlow for keepers. Like, I don't know, like, because I'm playing triple
Mm,
Brighton against Leeds.
yeah.
Like Petrovic probably gets saves, I would guess. But I don't know. It's a tough one there. Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Hack, like picking themselves. Saka, Bruno, Semenyo, Gross at the moment. Haaland, Welbeck, and Pedro with Hill, Tavernier, and Strout benched. Yeah, the Pedro to Thiago one seems quite nice to me. And then yeah, one free transfer like a Stroud or a Hill up to maybe like a Everton player might be interesting to me. I mean, I don't really want to take a hit, but I don't know
Hmm.
at this point. I ain't really got any way to just do
Get
anything
there.
interesting. So, um, yeah, it's just probably just stay of execution for everyone else. Semenyo to like a Szoboszlai or a Semenyo to a Dewsbury Hall doesn't seem like the right thing to do,
Hmm.
particularly. So,
Might that get
yeah,
you the money to do Pedro to Gyökeres if you went that way?
yeah, but there'll be a hit as well again.
Oh, of
So,
course, yeah, with the 2
um,
transfers, yeah,
yeah. So yeah, it probably will just be the Pedro to Thiago thing, I
yeah.
think.
No, nice. I think that'll look good. And captaincy, we talked about it a little bit. You've got it on Haaland at the moment.
Yeah, that was kind of just bus team pick. Yeah, I mean, sort of flashbacks to the double game at Gabriel triple captain where it
Yeah,
didn't really work. But then like the Bournemouth away fixture is really tough. So yeah, I might just stick on Bruno.
home against Forest. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough. It's tough because they did all that rotation. I'm like, just like, what's United's motivation
yeah,
here
it's
at the end
Bruno
of the
Gabriel,
season?
isn't it? It's probably Gabriel
I
just for
think
motivation.
Thiago might be a shout as well
Yeah,
against
true,
Crystal
true.
Palace. That might not be too
Yeah, yeah.
bad. 90
I
minutes
actually quite like that.
penalties.
Yeah, that's fun. I
Yeah,
might do that.
that might be
Yeah,
good.
good point. Yeah.
Um, all right, I'll show you my team. It was in 3-5-2 at the minute. With Raya, Gabriel, O'Reilly, and Van Heck. I had Tavernier because I was pretty sure I was going to sub or transfer him to Dewsbury Hall. But I think probably on reflection, since I took this, I'm probably going to go Semenyo out to Dewsbury Hall and then Pedro to Thiago. I think just
Okay.
because like I mentioned, I want to try and take out a high owned player for a low owned one, and I think Everton's fixtures look good.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then go after that bench Tav, and then play Thiago. And like I mentioned to you, captaincy I think is tough. Like I'm not fully convinced on Saka captain. I have to say, and so yeah, the other option, like I mean, I got Bruno Vice there, but I could have Gabriel captain. I could have Thiago. Haaland I've not really thought about just because of the quick turnaround time, but he's
Hmm.
obviously a possibility as well. So yeah, I think there's lots of options. I think Saka will be the overwhelming favourite, but I'm not sure it's quite right, especially if he's going to play 70 to 75 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Good fixture though.
Cool. All right. Unless you got any more to say?
No, that'll do.
Cool. All right, we're clocking about half an hour on the dot, so that's quite a nice time. We'll be back next game week to preview the last game week of the season. So Super. I hope everyone has a good game week 37, and we'll catch you then.
Yep. Chisel.
Bye bye bye.